Hello and welcome to the portal. Mama Shoop here, and today we are just hopping right into a simple, nothing fancy practice. Grab a pillow or a bolster or a little something because we're going to use it in one of our poses today. Nothing fancy practice, just to get the blood flowing, and it's been holidays, so kind of a little digestion focus. So go ahead and have a seat on your mat or just on the floor on a non-skid floor. And if your knees allow, you can just crisscross here, applesauce right around the ankles, a little bit above at the shin. Maybe both legs are on the ground. See what is happening with your flexibility. Do a little wiggling. Maybe lift up your sit bone, place it back down, and just take a nice breath. Land and arrive here to this moment. And close your eyes for a moment. Go internal, go inside to the inner sacred space. And just be there, just breathing, noticing what's happening. What's the weather in there? If it's not calm, that's okay. Just be with that. If it is calm, great. Is it boring? Maybe you need to fire up your breath a little bit. Read the situation and do good, deep breathing to go along with it. And as you breathe, begin to notice that you can deepen the breath and take it farther with your awareness into the body. For instance, noticing the expansion of your belly when you inhale. And kind of relaxing there in the midsection as well, right? Expanding, relaxing, releasing, letting go, letting it fill with air. And then when you exhale, it just doesn't really contract, it just collapses. On opening the eyes, we're going to just lift the arms up with an inhale. Bring the palms together, exhale down the center. We're just going to do that a few times. We're just kind of clearing the energy field and pumping the gears, getting things ready. This time, leave your left arm down and lift your right arm up and reach across. Reach across the body. So I'm reaching to the left side with my right arm. If you prefer to mirror me, you'll be reaching to your right side with your left arm then. I always feel like moving my head in this pose. Lift, inhale, switch, exhale. Sink into that other side. While you're reaching with the arm, the hip reaches down, so you don't want to woohoo. Take a load off. Let something go. Rinse it off. Now let's keep this going in a little bit more of like a vinyasa sort of flow. Exhale, drop, inhale, lift. Like a sweet little teeter-totter. Remember those? And last time, come back to the center and just reach up through the middle. And down the side. Shoulders up, shoulders up. Inhale, when you exhale, drop them rapidly. Again, hands to the knees. Soften the face and exhale. One more. And we can just circle those shoulders. So again, this is nothing fancy. We're just moving. And yoga can be intimidating sounding, so just daily practice, movement practice, go the other direction. You can say different words if it's better for you. And take your hands and just shake them out. Shake them out. And we're going to tap on the belly. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap up through the chest. And going up to the neck and just kind of turning it into like a flutter, a finger flutter. Just giving little taps to the neck, the cheeks, the face, the sinus area, and all the way around the forehead and the scalp. And hands to the knees. Now if you'd like to switch how your legs are, you might do that now. Reaffirm the connection to the earth with the sit bones and lift yourself nice and tall, affirming that sky connection with the top of your head. So you're really rooted into this life on earth, tailbone to earth, crown to sky. Soften the belly, soften the face. Inhale, just go ahead and look to your left. And exhale, look to the right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. And now, as you exhale right, I invite you to drop into whatever feels good here. Maybe a circle, maybe drop your chin. Keep the breath nice and long and full and slow. And take the circle if you like, or maybe it's just dropping into the bottom. Maybe it's half moon, shoulder to shoulder, or maybe it's full circle. And take good care. If you are reaching all the way back, make sure that's a choice you're feeling aware and mindful of. Does your cervical and neck vertebra appreciate that? Does it feel right? Does it feel better to pretend you're doing a circle with your nose? And is that the movement your neck needs right now? Only you know for sure, so check in and ask. And a few more breaths here. Having that conversation with your neck, your cervical spine. Deeply breathing. Respiración profundo. And smile. And meet me back in the center. Eyes wide open. We're going for a lion's breath right off the bat. We're just going to inhale nice and long. And when you exhale, the tongue comes out. The vision goes to the tip of the nose. Relax the belly. Again, we'll do 3. And really press that tongue out. Feel that extension. On this one, you might like to push your hands out or up. Relax your belly. And now a horse breath. We'll bring the legs out in front. Legs out in front. Shimmy the knees just a little bit. Just kind of lifting them up and giving them some movement without pressure, without having to stand. It's nice for the knees. We're going to Dandasana. So again with the sit bones, say hi to your butt cheeks, lift them, kind of spread them, lift them. And you can see that you're right on your sit bones. Pressing the back of the knees into the earth, relaxing the belly. Nice neutral upright spine and the toes point upward. The crown of the head is upward. My hands placed down next to my hips, fingers pointing towards the feet. I'm just going to straighten the arms, not overlocking them, just they're unlocked, like a closed door that's not locked. And breathe. Feel the power of Dandasana, the stick pose. No need to be contracting in your belly. This is all about the legs, the arms. Feeling that strength in the top of the shoulders. One more breath here. Release the arms, inhale, lift them up. Keep the toes pointed upward, exhale from the waist. Keep your belly soft, reach towards the toes, activate your unicorn horn. So keep your spine erect. You can go ahead and lower the arms, but try to keep your spine erect. This really burns right back here. Keep that belly soft. The belly tends to, whenever a pose is difficult or it burns, the belly tries to do some kind of compassionate contracting along with you. And now go ahead and collapse into this. Let your toes relax. Round your back. The yin way to do this posture. Just collapsing, and feel that stretch, and as you round your back. 3 breaths here. Por favor. And rotating the toes in nice circles as I come up. Do that for a moment. A few breaths. Go ahead and grab your left foot and pull it in and place it right. So then place the foot over towards the right hip. So the left knee is pointing forward. Left knee pointing forward, left foot over saying hello to the right butt cheek. So it looks like that. And then the right foot is going to go over to the left side of the thigh. So you're in this little pretzel action. And just kind of hanging out here and sitting up straight is kind of like woohoo for a moment. And it gives those nerves in there a little moment. So twists are nice for that, as long as we don't sit like this for a really long time, right? Like when you sit all day, this might not be the jam for you. But on a digestion tip, this is helpful. Any twist. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, navel to spine, and just lower the arms to your right side. I'm kind of hugging that right knee with the left forearm, and I've taken the right arm behind, and it's just a gentle twist. More than thinking of twisting or cranking, I'm just thinking of looking to the right and lifting tall. Relaxed in the tummy and just breath. That navel to spine is on the exhale as your entrance to the twist. It's a little help. It kind of gives the back a little ease. Once you arrive, you can relax that belly and just breathe. Unless you're doing some kind of special breath. Right now, it's the nothing fancy practice. So we're just hanging out, doing some stuff. Now what I like to do on this one is come back to the center. If you're feeling it, if your body likes it, I drop this top leg onto the bottom one so my knees are stacked. So it looks like this, laughing cow pose. Ha ha ha. I'm not sure where that name is. It like her, like that? And then if your body's not doing this, again, just staying where you were and maybe hugging into it a little bit. If you're on laughing cow, you can reach down and round the back and see if that is joyful for you. I like the feeling of compressing gently here. It also compresses on the digestive organs, so not bad. We're just breathing here. One more nice, long, slow breath. And that is just so delightful in that right hip. Come up slowly, always lifting your head so gently, like it's the most fragile, beautiful, sweet porcelain doll, and you want to make sure it's got a nice, gentle journey. Unwrap yourself. Give your legs some help. And before we do the other side, go ahead and let your legs be right in front of you, your feet right in front of you. Reach behind and steady yourself and drop the knees side to side, windshield wiper. Just giving yourself a little, you know, you can always take windshield wiper to the next level by laying down. You know, if that's what your body says, yes, do that. But sometimes I like doing it here as well. It's a little different. It gives you a little bit more in the back along the center column as well, doesn't it? When you're sitting and reaching in this way. Okay, and then we'll go to the other side of that pose. So we're going to take the right leg, take the right foot and bring it over towards the left hip, sit bone. So your right knee is facing forward. And then I'm going to take the left foot and place it to the right side of my right thigh. Pretzel it up, have a seat, nice and tall. Nice expanded belly. I'm going to inhale my arms up. Keep the shoulders down. You don't want to woohoo. You want to keep those down. And when you exhale, just navel to spine, just to give yourself a little help with that twist. Hug that leg with the right arm. The left arm is just out behind. And remember, it's nice and tall. Breathing deeply, soft in the face. You took the time to get your mat out and play this video and do something nice for yourself today. And that's such a wonderful gift, just taking that time out. So we come back to the center nice and slowly. And if you like, you can do the stack. If you don't want to do the stack, you can just hang out here. You know, maybe just like this. Maybe here, maybe you just hug this leg a little deeper and drop the head, and I'm getting a nice kind of scalene and mid-back stretch. So it doesn't have to be here. This doesn't work for everyone. You know, maybe it's hashtag goals for you on this one. That's okay. And reaching forward, diving into it, dropping into whatever you've chosen for 3 breaths. And when you do come up with that gentleness, the gentleness of that porcelain doll. And we're going to unravel, cross right at the shin, and then go on to tabletop. Look at that. Tabletop. So we're just going to curl the toes under on an inhale. Exhale, sit on your heels, toe stand. If this feels really crazy, just lean forward and take some of the pressure off. It's always really good to stretch the feet. And we'll come into tabletop, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. When you look down between your legs, you shouldn't see your feet. They go straight back. Inhale, heart goes down. Look forward as if you're smelling the roses. And really project the buttocks up and back. So there's a real scoop to your torso right on this. Exhale. Take it the other direction, the kitty cat pose. Heart goes up, hands and feet down to the earth, blowing, looking at your belly. I always say blow on your belly button, but you don't have to exhale with your mouth open either. So inhale. And exhale. And speaking on exhaling, this is a nothing fancy practice. So we're really going along with what's feeling right, which is really a great rule of thumb for your practice. So if you feel like breathing with your mouth open on your exhale, try it. You might need to push out some excess energy or some funk. On the other hand, maybe you're like, no, I don't want to give anything away. It needs to stay in my body. I need that prana. And maybe the inner temple is asking for your breath. So try it with your mouth closed. You know the correct answer for this moment. Inhale, smell those roses. Exhale. Keep going. This pose is so excellent for the belly, the digestion, the back, the neck. It's a nice, good overall. Now, if your knees are bumming, you can always just grab your mat and give yourself a little extra padding there, just like that. Or grab a towel, a blanket. Now you can go ahead and get a little more organic with it now. If you want to drop your hips, maybe. One of my faves is doing that little drop with the hips, like a little happy face in the back, or a little rainbow. You know, you can also look at your hips on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Love it. Or, you know, sometimes you want to complete the circle, especially you belly dancers out there. The circle is already really in your hips, right? So go ahead if it feels good. And you can drop into an up dog if you like. Drop your hips. Stretch that fascia in the front of the body. Give yourself like a pretend yawn. And when you come up navel to spine, be strong for your back and drop into child's pose. You may like to bring your big toes together and open the knees just a little bit. And you might not. You might like to keep the knees together and place your torso right on them. So again, encouraging you to decide. Encouraging that asking and listening. Because sometimes we think we know what we need, but it's just a habit or it's what someone else is doing, and it's not actually what we need. So it's really nice to, the yoga mat is a nice place to learn to do that, to get checked in with your needs, because then when we're out in the world and it not matters more, but it's more difficult because many people are around, it becomes an easier practice for you to stop and check in and know what your answer is, no matter what's going on around you. So. Another breath or two here. And if you can, imagine your exhale is fogging up a mirror, is really letting something out. A gust of emotions and thoughts that are not needed, are no longer serving purpose. We get to start over. When we leave the mat, we can leave it as what and whom we decide. We can reset. So anything you want to let go of, just let it out right now before we get up. Give it to the earth. Mama Earth will take your stuff and turn it into good stuff. All right, so back to tabletop. Inhale. Curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're just going to press the back of the knees to the back of the room. Heart goes towards the thighs. Feel into it for a moment. Maybe you want to move your heels. Maybe you don't. Inhale, look at the hands. Bring yourself to plank. Hold strong, navel to spine. 3 breaths here. Nice and strong, pressing into the mat with your fingertips, right? So your wrists don't take all the brunt of everything. Inhale, strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. You can move around if you like. Maybe you want to
Drop your knees and bring the chest towards the knees and then straighten the knees again. Inhale, bring your weight to the left, lift the right foot up, heel towards the sky, toes towards the ground. Exhale to your right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale to your left elbow. Inhale, lift. Take it a little higher. Exhale, bring it to the nose and find your lunge. Take your time. Finding that nice straight line here, knee to ankle. And plant your left hand down firmly and pull the knees gently apart, reaching back through that back heel, lifting through the back body, the hip points. Nice, so you're not collapsed in, you're nice and strong, unless that's what you want. And this is an option for you. If you want to collapse right down into it, you still want to lift those hip points. You don't want to get too lost down there. Either way. And we're going to inhale nice and strong. And begin to lift the right arm up. And exhale, hold. Remember, the knees are apart and the thighs are together. And really feel into those fingertips down on the bottom hand so that you're not putting all the weight on your wrist, right? And the hand is working as a team. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, drop that hand down to the bum. Inhale, reach it up again. We're going to do a circle. One more. This time, take the right hand, bring it to the inside of the right foot. Walk it over just a little bit and drop that back knee. Uncurl that foot, those toes, and drop in. Now you can drop in and keep this foot nice and steady and strong here, or you can play around with lifting part of that edge off of the ground and stretching here. So it's just your choice here. My little lizards, whatever you feel for 3 breaths. Nice and strong. I like to make a little pillow for my head with my clasped hands here. Going strong, nothing fancy. Horse breath is always nice. So walk your way up slowly. Woo, woo. Right hand goes out to the outside of right leg. Right leg comes back into tabletop. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're working a little bit here. Nothing fancy turned into something fun and working. So you know, you can always decide something differently. If you don't want to do down dog right now, you could be in tabletop or child's pose. Breathing, walking your dog, whatever's feeling great. Inhale, taking the weight to the right, lifting the left heel up. Nice and strong, heel to the ceiling, toes to the floor. Exhale, bring that knee to the left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the nose, hover just a moment. Find your lunge. Give yourself a minute. Get that angle, right? And check in with the back leg. Is this side happy doing the same that the other side was? Or does it want to do something different? So if we were to do this option, you might want to curl the mat and give your knee some support here. Same deal, drop the right arm. I'm just going to do this one this time for fun. For variety, inhale, lift that left arm up. Exhale, hold. Now remember, the hip points are lifted. I'm strong in my legs. I'm not collapsed. I'm strong. Hip points lifted, knees coming apart, thighs coming together. Right? So there's that energy in the legs. And if you're here, then same here. You're here, it's lifted. La ti da ti da. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it toward the bum. Drop, circle, inhale, front.
Exhale back. Woo! Inhale front. Hey, this side is a little tighter. Okay, come on in to the inside. Left arm to the inside of left leg. Drop that right knee if you hadn't already and fall into it, my lizards. And remember, if this is too intense, walking your dog, whatever's feeling great. Inhale, taking the weight to the right, lifting the left heel up. Nice and strong, heel to the ceiling, toes to the floor. Exhale, bring that knee to the left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the nose, hover just a moment. Find your lunge, give yourself a minute. Get that angle, right? Check in with the back leg. Is this side happy doing the same that the other side was? Or does it want to do something different? So if we were to do this option, you might want to curl the mat and give your knee some support here. Same deal, drop the right arm. I'm just going to do this one this time for fun. For variety, inhale, lift that left arm up. Exhale, hold. Now remember, the hip points are lifted. I'm strong in my legs. I'm not collapsed. I'm strong. Hip points lifted, knees coming apart, thighs coming together. Right? So there's that energy in the legs. And if you're here, then same here. You're here, it's lifted. La ti da ti da. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it toward the bottom, drop, circle, inhale, front. Exhale, back. Woo! Inhale, front. Hey, this side is a little tighter. Okay, come on in to the inside. Left arm to the inside of left leg. Drop that right knee if you hadn't already and fall into it, my lizards. And remember, if this is too intense, this side is very intense for me. I don't know, I'm more less flexible on this side. You can also lift that edge of the foot. I find my English words today. Lift that edge of the foot off the ground and stretch. You know, you don't want to stretch it around and keep the foot on the ground. You want to lift it if you're doing that. Okay. This could be the driving foot. Is this what's happening? It's the driving leg. One more breath here, everybody. You're doing so good. I mean, honestly. Hands to the mat. Come on out of it. Take a moment in child's pose. Give it to yourself. Whatever feels right for you here. And I'll mention that when you're in child's pose, to wiggle your torso is nice. Just you can place your third eye on the mat if you'd like as well. It's like I'm kind of leading it with my legs a little bit, pushing, just gently rocking myself. And what that is doing, you can continue that for a moment if you like, is it's stimulating the lymph node fluid production. So isn't that fun? So give a jiggle. Give a healthy jiggle for the lymph. So coming up out of child's pose, very slowly. We're going to keep this in a seated practice today, so I'm just going to encourage you to get back on your butt. And we're going to do some spinal rocking. Now this is just really good stuff for the spine and the muscles all along the spine, infraspinae, they're called, and the various nerves that run along this area. This is when these muscles are tight and everything in there is kind of without space. It's the type A. It's the kind of like control freak muscles, I say, right? Where we're kind of like, I've got all this under control, and we've all been there, right? At various times that comes in handy, but there's a fine line. You know, you've got to keep it flexible, and a flexible spine is a flexible mind. So There's 3 ways. I'll do all 3. You can try them all or pick one and do what you like. It's all good stuff. So first of all, outside of the knees with the hands, inhale. I just tap my toes here at the top. Inhale. And you do want to keep your chin tucked for this whole thing. You never want to let it go back. So inhale. Exhale, drop. Inhale, come up. Keep your chin tucked. Tap, exhale, back. Inhale. So the hardest part is staying tucked, right? Because you want to play like this is the roly-poly game. Inhale up. So if you notice, if you would like to take it to the next level, you can go ahead underneath with your hands. It goes a little farther that way, yeah. Inhale up, keep the chin tucked, exhale back. Ponytail's not so good for this one either, is it? This one should be about a right angle when you get to the top. Ish. And if you want to take it to the 11 here, you can cross those feet, or cross at the shins, grab the toes, or grab like your whole top of your foot. And then on your exhale, the feet tap on the ground. Same thing, keep your chin tucked. Inhale, exhale. So again, you can try all 3, or maybe this one's a little intense. You know, I actually normally like doing the first one. And then let's go ahead and take a plow pose because we're doing this. Unless you're menstruating, it's not recommended. You can just keep on. If you're not menstruating and you want to take a plow pose, you're just going to let your toes touch behind you there. And then, you know, try not to collapse too much here. Like lift with your sit bones. Project, blossom the buttocks. Up and back. Or up, actually. Up and back would be the cue for down dog, wouldn't it? So we're here, and sometimes I drop my knees here. Sometimes I even play like a little bit of a wiggle game here. Pretend I'm in water aerobics. Because this is your practice, and it's nothing fancy. Alright, and then lower yourself down onto the mat. Placing the feet down, sit bone to heel alignment. Hands down to your side. Bridge pose. We are working just a little bit today. So in bridge pose, the importante thing. Cosa, is that how we say it in Spanish? I'm learning Spanish. So is the space, if I may show you this. Okay, the space between the knees here, right? So I'm actually going to do this from here. What happens is when you lift up, the knees tend to so you want to keep that space. So you pretend like there's a block there. Or if you have a block, put it there. Or anything that's around that size. A cue I give my students is going in with the hands and saying press against my hands. So you could press against imaginary hands, but keep that space. That's the important part of this, okay? Or one of the. So we're here, sit bone to heel alignment, straight back. And just notice the pelvis tilt, right? Up and back. We're going to tilt it up when we inhale. We're going to tilt the pelvis up. Ready? Take a nice big inhale, exhale to get ready. Hands down, and when you inhale, tilt the pelvis. And then one at a time, vertebrae, if you can do it. It's a lot of work, right? In the thighs and the glutes and the belly, lifting all the way up until your heart is, or your solar plexus is projecting back, and I keep the chin tucked. You don't want to let your head wander. And then when you get to the top, it's time to exhale, and you want to start with the very top vertebra, right up in the mid-back, right above your bra, and begin to exhale. So spread those shoulders wide, drop from the top. It's a lot of work in here. Drop, 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 one at a time, one at a time. Exhale, 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 exhale. Woo! Again, inhale, curl, lift. All the way up, soften the face. You got this. Exhale, drop. This is very good for our back strength, and we need that back strength, right? We need it. We need that back strength so that we can stay strong. Inhale, go again. This is really especially nice for strengthening the low back. This is working in thighs. It's not a bad little gig here, this guy. Well, that was a long inhale for me. Exhale, hold. Now, just so you know, my thighs are burning already. I've been a little laid back in my practice. We all do it. And so this time we're going to inhale, lift, and hold. Hold your exhale. Hold strong. Watch that space in there between the knees. And if you're nutso in crazy town and you want to do hip lifts toward the ceiling, go ahead. Do it. Do it, do it. Lift it, lift it. If you don't, that's okay. Just hold. And exhale, drop. Woo, woo, woo. Knees to chest. Knees into the chest. All right, let's drop the legs. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale the right knee into the chest. Inhale, drop it. Exhale the left knee into the chest. Wind relieving posture. You guess what that means. Drop it. Inhale. Exhale, right knee. This helps for gas. This helps for digestion. This helps for the poop. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift the left. Really squeeze it in. Give that leg a hug. I love you, leg. Mwah. Inhale, drop it. Exhale, right knee in. Give it some love. Such a great leg you are. And drop it. And one more time with the left so we round it out. Exhale. And this time take your right hand to the outside of your left knee and exhale over into a twist. Taking the left knee over to the right side. And you can look over to the left gently if you like, or just look up. Again, with the digestion, we've all been eating a little bit differently in the holidays, or so it would seem. The availability of food and sweets tends to go through the roof. So we're just saying hello to the organs, the intestines, moving things right along, coming back to the center. One more hug into the armpit for good measure with the knee, and drop it. Exhale that right knee up. Left hand to the outside of the right knee into your twist. Right hand out to the side, gazing at the right hand with love and longing. Or you can look up. I love horse breath. It just makes me so happy. It really reminds me of horses, which is fun, but also it lets all of these muscles just have that moment. All of these muscles in here in the face and neck and mouth, and they get so tight. Some of us, we think with our faces, you know, we're typing that email with an intense clenched jaw or whatever, right? So just reminding the face to relax. Come on back to the center. Grab your knees and then lift yourself up. And grab that pillow or cushion or whatever it is. I'm going to try my bed pillow first and see how it works. Okay, so you're going to place it right on your thighs. And we're going to go back to forward bend, or in Kundalini, this is called life nerve stretch because the sciatic nerve back there. But putting a pillow or a bolster here, and you might want, you know, a harder pillow. You decide what works for you. What happens here is we're going to just exhale and fall into this and just hang out here. Now you do, the goal, if you can, is to clasp your hands and get behind your feet. Now, if you're like, what the H, that's cool, no problem, cool, cool, cool. You know, you can even turn it this way. And go here like this if you like. Stay here for a few breaths while I chat with you, my friends.
So what's happening here as you're leaning forward is this is giving a little bit of a massage to the organs. So that's why you might like a harder bolster. So you could play around. I've got this harder one here, which actually doesn't feel bad. It's a little small. So you can play around with it. Being here, that feels pretty good. Loving your body, loving your belly. Loving yourself. You're doing so well. You're such an amazing person. You're taking good care of yourself. You know you're out there doing good stuff, doing good work. Give yourself a pat. Nice work. Nice job. And now it's time for Savasana. Unless there's something you really feel you'd like to do that we didn't get to do today. One thing I'm feeling right now is like stretching right here, so we could go ahead and do that if you like. And the way that I do that is taking the fingers and pointing them to the ground to go down with the fingers, and then focus here on the heel of the hand and having that go forward as you exhale, keeping the shoulder down. And then, that might be too intense, and or you might also just like to add in a few rotations. You can get kind of dancey with it if you want to. And then we do the other side. Remember, fingers down, heel forward of the hand. La, 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 la. And the thumb is like, what about me? What about me? So I see little thumb. I just kind of rotate on it and give it a little massage, maybe stretch it a little, It's for you to decide. You can do little circles. There is a hand video if you want to go find it and do more fun things with your hands. Okay, now we're going to find Savasana. And for Savasana, you'll want to be comfortable. So I invite you. Maybe there's a pillow, the one you were using, that you like to put under your head or your knees. If you're putting it under your head, make sure that your head's in alignment. In other words, your chin should be slightly below your forehead, not the other way around. So that. And you may like it here, because that can feel really nice on the low back to give that little lift there. So I have one lady who likes it right under the thighs, so find what is really working well for you, for your body. And ideally with Savasana, your arms would be out to the side, pinky side down or palms up. You want your shoulder girdle nice and open. However, sometimes it's preferred to bring the hands in. So it really depends on what you need today and what kind of nurturing you're looking for yourself. So find what it is. Be cozy, be comfy here. And really take a moment. We've just done quite a little practice. I say we showed up pretty darn good for nothing fancy. So go ahead and let it go. Find the slowest breath you can manage. Slowing down and just being with yourself. And surrender. Surrendering thought, surrendering use of muscles. Just let it all go. Commune with your astral, your divineness, the energy body. So once you've slowed the breath, go ahead and really focus in on letting go in the body. There might be an area that you notice is holding. Do a little scan. Top of head, let it go. Behind the eyes, in the temples, the cheeks, the root of the tongue, the neck, the lips, the chin, the shoulders, the biceps.
tricep, forearm, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. The wrist, the chest, the muscles behind the heart soften, and letting any of those unwanted emotions go down into the earth, dissipate from you. Soften the belly and the ribs, and sending sparkles to the organs, and softening the stomach, the back, muscles along the spine, muscles under the shoulder blades, and all around the low back and the waist and the hips. And letting go in the pelvis, and the bum, the glutes, the inner thigh, the outer thigh, the upper thigh, the knees, all the muscles behind the knees, around the knee, and the calves and the shins, the back of the thighs, and the top of the foot, and the bottom of the foot, and the heel, and the toes, the big toe, the second toe, the third, the fourth, and the tiny pinky toe. And if any tension exists, just give that place in your body a moment of focus and permission to let go. And finally moving into the third eye, going into that space between the eyes and noticing the screen of your mind as a curtain you can step through and arrive to the other side, the cosmic divine space of timelessness and weightlessness and non-linearity, and be there. Be there, floating, recharging. If thoughts arise, simply go back to your breath, back to letting go in the body and stepping back through the screen of your mind into that vast open space. Where everything is perfect. You are an image of divine love and perfection. I invite you to accept this and feel it in your bones. Feel love. Perfect love. course, please stay here as long as you like. And when you do decide to come out of it, I invite you to come out very slowly. It can be very nice to go onto your side first. Take a moment there. The best thing about Savasana is just the softness that you find, the stillness. It's like that really sweet space after a nap, or when you're just kind of lazy in the hammock. So enjoy that and enjoy that feeling and embrace that feeling. And when you do come up, place your hands down on the mat and lift your body. And lift your head up super slow. Again, that porcelain doll. And find yourself at the top of your mat. And my closing, I like to rub the fingers and the hands and feet together to stimulate those nerve endings. And we open the hands, we receive the blessings that are about and all around us. And bringing those in, reminding of higher power, divine guidance, always present. Again, we just need to find the stillness so we can hear it. And finally, the self, bowing to the heart, the gut, the self. May you love yourself real, real good this year, and I'm here to help. Namaste, everyone. Have a blessed rest of your day, and lift someone up today if you get a chance. See you next time.